Oh, I do know DM.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's DM, who is a little bit higher than hovering around top 8, I'd say.
Yeah. I played him in friendlies at the very start.
But Jeremiah is good and good enough to like actually have a possibility for an upset here.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's going to be very exciting to hopefully see an upset.
Oh,
I don't know any of these two other than I've talked to DM like very briefly, but I just think the idea of an upset sounds extremely funny to me.
This also isn't a entirely like Pikachu has some matchups where it's like.
You think he's going to go Pika in this, or you think he's going to try to whip out the...
I think he's going to go Aegis, because they honestly, not only do they look like they have a better matchup, he doesn't have a perfect record, but he's been beating Pelka's Snake, who is the better Snake than Jeremiah.
Yeah.
So, and that matchup does look good.
Mm-hmm.
Mythra, make Snake uncomfortable, beat him in neutral, switch to Pyra when Snake's in disadvantage, and really abuse that. Because he can't even like come down with grenade trades, because her sword's so long, like if it's up air, she'll hit with up air, and then she won't get by the grenade, so it's just Snake taking more damage and still not coming down.
And I'm not sure how right I am about this, but from what I've heard from others in the past, that the Pika versus Snake is actually closer to even than it is Pika winning.
Pika has a hard time.
And you know, with Pika matchups, it's only a good matchup if it's +2.
Yeah, by the scale.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is what I thought we'd see. You'll see here, Snake has really good defensive options.
Yeah.
But he can't cover everything at once.
Mm-hmm.
And with the speed of Mythra, not only her, but her moves, just like between grab being fast, jab being fast, it's hard for Snake to deal with that. And we saw the switch to Pyra as soon as Jeremiah was off stage.
And I wonder how Jeremiah is gonna see how DM combos, because DM's Mythra combos are actually very good.
He is very good at getting.
I've seen other like Mythras that are able to get like, and he's much more creative. I see.
I think he's so some of the confirms he gets like off of the starting hits, like the tilt into bear, which get him a lot of his Mythra damage. They're hard things to go for.
Yeah.
And he gets them consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think is important, also this match I haven't said yet, the reason it does well is like you can bully Snake a lot. Oh, well, that might be dead on the misinput.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's a bad side B to accidentally do.
Yeah.
But an important thing for the Snake match was killing Snake, and Pyra's killing Snake as early as Snake's killing everyone else, and that makes Snake uncomfortable.
I wonder if I'll be able to see in this matchup Mythra when DM goes Pythra, if he can foresight that grenade explosion. I haven't seen it, but
it's not something you're going to probably intentionally go for, because you're either setting off the grenade with an attack by accident, or it's blowing off at its 2.5-second timer.
Yeah.
And if you're that on the timer, you can do other things.
Yeah.
If you're that on the timer, that's when you should be like going in on Snake.
Yeah, but Jeremiah is definitely bringing those percents back to even.
Really ran away.
As I say that.
We saw right there with the up air Snake, because even if it's so big, B reverse grenade, you're not getting out of that up air.
Yeah. It's even with Snake's movement with that B reverse, that up air is just it doesn't care who you are.
It is an incredible move. And that was a good counterplay to Nikita.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing DM do that side B at definitely a different angle than seeing like at the week 1 Pyra with the side B more closer to that ledge, just covering that whole area.
There's something I'd like to point out for people that are fighting Snake or using Snake. You see when Jeremiah approaches with grenade, he turns around first and then walks backwards.
Oh!
Which you think, well, that's not great. It locks you out because you can grab out of grenade animation.
Up, and there's game 1.
What makes that good is it puts the grenade in between you and the opponent, because they have to hit the grenade itself to set it off.
Yeah.
So if you walk forward and shield, it's much harder for them to hit around the grenade, and Snake gets so much in this game out of grenade on shield, like confirms.
Yeah, and Snake's, if you're walking backwards with the grenade, Snake actually is able to, Snake can actually confirm that into like back air.
Yeah.
And even with like the forward explosion, you can combo it with Nair, but I think the back air is a lot more devastating.
Back air is especially against Mythra and Pyra, because you want them off stage.
You want them off stage.
And Nair's would be really good at low percent. Let's not pretend, because that thing combos into and out of other moves.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just I'm a brawl Snake, so that's what I was noticing he was doing from. Down tilt, a deceptively good tilt for Snake.
Yeah.
Not for any other reason. His other tilts are really good, but down tilt, long.
I think, down tilt, and it's intangible, right?
I don't want to comment on that 'cause I'm not 100% sure. It might be.
I'm not 100% either, but I've seen that move. I've seen sets where that move like outranges Lucina down tilt.
That move has a big disjoint. So not only does he all the way long, there's a hitbox that barely touches his foot at the end. Yeah, it's good. I think it's decently safe. Especially at spacing, you're gonna have a hard time punishing it.
Especially with the likes of Mythra. I want to be able to see how Jeremiah is able to use that down tilt as his sort of like poke, not like really a poking option, but more so just like a way for him to contest the range of Pyra and Mythra.
Now, of that first stock there, we saw DM getting punished for a lot of F smashes. His thought process there is he's trying, if he does it on the snake shield, with that grenade shield, he can't really punish it because he's locked in so much stun.
Yeah.
But Jeremiah wasn't falling for it and just doing out of shield punishes on like 2 to 3 F smashes that got him a lot of percent and eventually the stock lead.
Yeah. That's a huge up tilt, man.
Yeah. All of their moves.
That sure is an up tilt. You know, it's interesting how they decided to make a character where they put Falco and Roy together with Mythra and Pyra.
And like Falco and like 2-level better Ganon.
Yeah.
So it's like all his moves are like, but no, they're actually all good.
Yeah. you know, Mythra definitely feels like what I thought would be interesting in the game, which would be like a heavyweight sword fighter. Not saying that Mythra is heavy. Ooh, nice.
She's decently
nice
heavy.
She's
not gonna survive that heavy.
Yeah, not gonna survive that, but. She's definitely not like heavy. I don't even think she's like even a heavyweight, but she definitely has more. She has like the Ike feel where she has more meat to her moves, which is kind of like it's not really like I said like the heavyweight, but it definitely has that meat to it.
We're seeing Jeremiah very comfortable with his character when he showed off double parrying. He parried an attack, knew the grenade closure was going to happen, and parried that too to get a punish, which is quite a good show of how comfortable and good Jeremiah is.
Yeah. Definitely noticing what he did in that game 1 and bringing it into this game. Hopefully I don't get cursed for a third.
Ooh, what He knew that grenade. He knew that combo was going to happen. He had to instantly lead ledge for that. That was a good show.
Yeah, that was amazing awareness from Jeremiah.
And what he showed, he was not uncomfortable against Mythra, which is something very important in the matchup. It's even when in that first stock when it was even, he wasn't overcommitting.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, you have a really strong burst range. I have to respect that. And then when he was up, he wasn't playing afraid.
I think definitely
you have to come to me.
I definitely think in that second match, that's what Jeremiah did better in, where he wasn't necessarily trying to find what he wants, but he was definitely capitalizing on what DM wanted in that match a lot more.
Jeremiah playing very grenade-focused around Mythra, trying to make it because DM is good at those long combos. A grenade's going to interrupt that, the less damage overall.
Especially where Mythra, very similar to Falco. I only know so much because I do play Falco myself. Mythra, very similar to Falco, has combos where you have to, it's very character dependent because not all of them are going to be completely inescapable. Yeah. Like some characters like Snake, where they have that frame 1 option, you may have to drop your true-ish combo to then look for a read to then continue it. And that's why I think Jeremiah did actually way better in that second game in making DM doing, because he was just getting punished by that grenade pull.
DM showed intelligence there on the platform where he wasn't running into Snake, who had setup shop, but Jeremiah called it out afterwards with the dash attack. A very strong zone breaker, particularly because it's on Snake. A good move in its own right, but because it's on Snake, would be like, I'm going in. It's a good mix-up there.
I'm not very familiar with Aegis, so I'm actually very curious with the stage picks especially from that first match, and what made DM go here.
Wait, what was
for the 3?
I think what he wanted to select on was Jeremiah was so strong, using this platform on Smashville to his advantage, which is a good Snake stage. I think DM wanted the closest to FD that he was going to get, and I think this was the remaining.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want Snake to get those. Oh wow.
Yeah, going. Oh, he did not recover correctly.
I'd say worth, but definitely could have switched to Mythra for.
I mean, he just could have grabbed ledge.
Even if Mythra upbeat, you would have. Ooh.
That's not dead. Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, that was a
not a great.
I love. You know what? I
like
love the toxicity. I
a
love
little
it.
bit, but that cost him a stock.
Yeah, I love that.
You just had to go out there and drop bear.
Yeah.
And let's see what DM can do because it is Mythra and these grenade trades. They're not always in favor of Snick. I hear that sometimes from other people that they're always in Snick's
the
favor.
toxicity is coming back from DM.
When you're a stock down against like Mythra, who at mid% isn't going to get those big combos, yeah, she'll take those grenade trades. That's more damage than she was going to get.
Yeah, Snake definitely
caught DM's trying to lay down an option.
This is definitely going to be a tricky percent for Jeremiah because he can't take much more, especially with the Pyra out, he can't take much more grenade trades where he trades with it.
Yeah. And right there, DM showed what I was saying earlier about the smashing a grenade on shield. It does a lot of shield damage, and Snake can't get much.
Yeah. DM is bringing that, or Jeremiah is definitely bringing that percent lead down
back,
smaller
but
and smaller.
He is in an uncomfortable spot where he can die to confirm at this percent.
Yeah. Moves like that, he definitely can't take another one of those where he just pulls the grenade for like almost it looks as if like no reason, and then he gets well, it doesn't matter what he gets.
Pull the grenade too close, as you're trying to say there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snake. Good showing from DM. I like his adaptations between, especially as we pointed out in the stage picks and between game 2 and 3.
This is a really good set, not just because it went 1-1